Well, hello there and welcome back to a brand new video where today's video we're going to be talking about my top 5 requests for Rugby 24. Now, what I want you guys to do is leave a comment down below right now. What are you most interested in terms of when it comes to rugby games? Because obviously we've got Rugby Challenge 4 right now. We've also got Rugby 22. And obviously both games are very similar, but also they're both very different. And if you were to push aside the licensing and all that stuff, you know, some of them have different game modes and some of them have like community features. And I kind of wish for like hopefully like one game, maybe Rugby 24, could have a lot of features like combined together, because I do think that both Rugby Challenge 4 and Rugby 22 are missing a lot of things. And I've got 5 things here. I probably could think of a lot more to discuss and for us to talk about in general and all that fun stuff, but I basically just wanted to have a chat with you all, see where your head's at in terms of rugby. I was going to say Rugby Challenge 5. Rugby Challenge 5, I'm sure it's going to be a great game. But Rugby 24, obviously, which is coming out later this year, which is very, very exciting. So the first thing I want to talk about is create your own tournament. I think the ability to create your own tournament in a rugby game would be phenomenal. Like, just over the weekend, I was seeing some friends from college, and we basically play FIFA. And we have a tournament. So there was like 5 of us in a room. So it wasn't online. It was all offline. And basically, my friend Johnny built a tournament. And basically, we just chose 5 teams of certain stars. And we allowed each other to veto once. And basically, play a tournament. And I think it's a really cool way to keep track of the table, who's scoring, who's doing well, the fixtures, etc. And it just makes for a really fun time. And I think the ability to create your own tournament, even on your own, would be good. Obviously, the countless times where we've done like a 6 Nation series on the channel, where I've had to create the table manually offline, and it's a bit of a nuisance. It's a little bit annoying to track all the data and all that stuff. So it is something which I'm looking. I say I'm looking forward to. I don't even know if it's in the game, but it is something which I'm looking forward to have in Rugby 24. We've been playing a lot of Rugby Challenge. So creating your own tournament, I think, would be fantastic, especially if there isn't any licensed, leagues or tournaments you want to play. So, for example, the 6 Nations. The 6 Nations isn't something which is obviously licensed in any of the games, but it would be cool to create your own international tournament, which I think would be very, very exciting. So number 1 for me is creating your own tournament. Number 2 is creating your own player. So creating your own player for me, ever since Rugby Challenge 4, well, I think maybe Rugby Challenge 3 may have had it. Let me know, because I never played Rugby Challenge 3. But Rugby Challenge 4, like one of my favorite series on the channel, is the Be a Pro series. The Be a Pro series is honestly phenomenal, and I absolutely love it. So the fact if we could have a create your own player, play as yourself, develop, go up the ranks, I think would be phenomenal. And I just love that series so much. It's good for content, but also at the same time, it's a really fun game mode. So yeah, create your own player is definitely something which I would be interested in having in the next rugby game. Also, this is an interesting one. I don't know what you guys think about this one, but the ability to buy packs for my squad. So obviously in Rugby 22, you got my squad. I still don't think you could ever actually name your squad, which was a little bit odd. But yeah, I think it was like my squad 1, my squad 2, and I think you could like name it to some degree, but like you couldn't name. Like in the squad menu, it would say my squad 1, 2, and 3, where you could name the squad within the game, but you couldn't necessarily name it. And apologies, I've not got allergies, it's just coming under the weather, which is annoying. But anyway, moving on. So talking about this is the ability to buy packs. So you can buy packs in Rugby 22, right? Like there's nothing wrong there. Like you buy it with the coins, the score points. You get score points by playing the game. Doing well on the quizzes and all that stuff. But the issue is the fact that it does take a while. And, as someone who likes to create content, I wouldn't mind using some of my own money to buy more score points, to buy packs. It's similar to like FIFA with Ultimate Team. Let's say you spend, I don't know, £10 and it gave you, I don't know, 200,000 score points, 100,000 score points, whatever it might be. But I think the ability to buy those type of things would be, A, I can do pack openings, but B, I think just the fact that, there's just more ways of supporting the company. I think, like if rugby games realistically lack a source of funds because it's not a very popular game. I think the ability to buy packs where essentially it's like microtransactions, I think would be awesome. I think that's something which I would like to see. What are your thoughts? Some of you guys might be like, I don't want to spend money, which is cool. But there might be people out there who maybe want to. I mean, like when you played Fortnite, for example, I imagine some of you did, or, it was probably the most popular game of all time, or it probably is up there. But, Fortnite, right? Like, free to play game, but they make money by skins, and people were wanting to pay for skins. So, yeah, it's an interesting one. Let me know your thoughts. Moving on to the second one, whilst I rub my nose, I know, apologies for this, is edit squads. So, Rugby Challenge 4 obviously does a good thing in terms of editing squads. You can edit the squad. So, for example, let's say you wanted to edit, I don't know, an unlicensed team. You can edit their names. You can kind of make it licensed yourself. It's a pretty cool feature to have. And the ability of editing the squads is you can obviously edit the players. You can edit, what they look like, but also you can edit kind of like their features in terms of their abilities to make them faster, slower. If you thought like, I don't know, let's say, Owen Farrell wasn't, maybe he's faster in real life, but in the game he's really slow. You just want to tweak him slightly. You could do that, for example. And following on from editing squads, you would have Fan Hub. So the ability where if I were to edit a squad, I can upload my squad to the community, and basically with the community, people can either download my squad, I can download other people's squads, have like a bit of a rating system in terms of, this squad has been downloaded X amount of times, or whatever it might be. But that's kind of something which I'm interested in, something which I'm very, very much interested in kind of seeing what happens. But yeah, that's kind of like my 5 things for now. There's probably more things to do, and so if there are things you guys suggest, and I'm like, actually, that's a really good idea, then I'll definitely do like a part 2, maybe a part 3. So please leave your comments, suggestions down below in the comment section, and please let me know, because I'm very curious to kind of see where we go in terms of Rugby 24. I mean, if Rugby 24 is just like Rugby 22, and there was no new game modes except the World Cup's license, and maybe there'd be a World Cup tournament. I think that'd be pretty good. But I feel like with each rugby game, I definitely think there has to be an elevation, an evolution, I should say, of certain things, which I'm excited for. But what are your thoughts? Please let me know. I'm very excited to kind of see where Rugby 24 goes. You've got Big Ant Studios developing it for the first time. And I got a good feeling that this game is going to be very different to all the others. And, I'm hoping, I'm trying my best to see if I can get early access, to see if there's an option to play like an alpha or a beta build or wherever it might be. Like, I honestly would love to, just because I felt like if we were able to like play the game early-ish to some degree, right? Like play some gameplay and like, we only upload certain amounts of the game, but we upload the game early, I think it'd be a good way to get feedback. Because I think the one thing which is kind of missing from rugby games is the fact that with rugby games, we rarely get like we get some updates, but we rarely get like massive improvements. And it would be pretty cool. Like, oh, guys, what do you think about the menu system? Like, get the community involved. And I think that'd be really, really cool. But no, what are your thoughts? Please let me know in the comments down below. But anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching. If you have enjoyed today's video, then be sure to leave a massive thumbs up, subscribe if you know your thoughts regarding this. But anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching. And as always, in my next video, adios, chaps. Boom. She's a